Okay, I got interrupted on that video, and because the screen is so, it's because the sun is so bright, I can't see the screen. So pressing stop on it is going to take a little while. But anyway, going back to what I was talking about, I think the government are doing a totally shit job, even if that's not the truth. I think they're doing a shit job because there's a lot of people saying a lot of rumors and saying that people aren't doing anything, and then I'm not seeing any proof that the government are actually doing stuff. Part of doing stuff is not just doing it, but actually proving to the public that you are doing stuff and that you are helping them and you are getting around. I noticed that the electricity was still working in most parts, and so obviously something is, obviously, if people are, I think the government need to be a bit smarter with how they handle it. I think they need to choose people to speak up, and as part of the team, and actually get them to answer some questions as well. It would be good. But there's a lot of distrust in the public right now, and I think they're not doing themselves any favors, because anything that they are doing is not being recorded, it's not being put out on the TV. And if you should put it out on the TV. If you've got a bunch of lorry trucks, show it. Don't just say it. If whatever Biden's speech was, I thought it was said very quietly. I think he was saying the truth, but because I'm not seeing it with my eyes, I can't say for certain that it is the truth. And I think if people want reassurance, people need hope right now in these areas, and I think they need hope that things are being done. And so anything that you do, I would recommend hiring out some film people, a camera crew. I'm not very good at speaking, so calling them film people is probably not how I should actually call them. Call them a camera crew, and yeah, I think that part of their job is to reassure the country and the nation that they are doing a good job. And Biden looks terrible when he's speaking. He didn't look like a strong leader. He looked like someone who might have dementia and was able just to remember the sentence. It was very, very bad. I think you should never ever choose a president that's as in their 77s. I mean, Trump's pretty old too, but yeah, I think if there are a lot of rumors going around, I can understand why, because people want to know that the government is strong, and I'm not feeling it. I'm not seeing it, and I need to see. You need to show the public what you're actually doing. Another thing that you should be doing is, as a way of recovery, after bridges and roads are fixed, I would probably say it'd be best not, if a road is going to cost too much to fix, I think it would be better to just have it as a closed road, just to get to whatever houses have managed to be survived, and just, people shouldn't be living too far away from towns and cities, because the petrol that they're going to need to use to get to towns and cities is going to be high. So I think you should start thinking about the future, and start thinking about where the locations of these houses are. And if a road is going to be hugely expensive to fix, how many houses on that road are going to be lost because they need access to a road and the road is gone. How many houses, because if the answer is that the houses are all gone and the road is gone, then it's probably best to not save it, because you need to encourage people to use cars less, and I think you should have more training as to what kind of houses would survive. People would want to, you need to encourage people to invest in their houses, but people aren't going to invest in houses if they think that the government's going to say, oh no, this doesn't meet to standard and it's got to come down. No one is going to, like, if you've lost all your house, it might be quite easy to just rebuild and put another house on there, but people aren't going to want to do that if, one, there's a chance that it might happen next year, and two, if the government might say, sorry, this doesn't meet up to code, and you're going to have to take it all down. I think you need to give reassurance that if someone does spend a lot of money on making a house look nice, but it's not up to code, I think it's more important that the area looks better, and if they've done it, you shouldn't have the threat of having it being forcibly taken down because it's deemed not valuable. But part of the way of you can avoid that is actually set up courses on how to fix your homes depending on the damage that's done. Have set up a lot of courses. Schools need to change, definitely. Teach children how to go home and fix whatever house they've got, restore damage. I think I'm sure a lot of people do know, builders do know how to fix houses, but there's obviously going to be a lot of damage in these areas. So any education that you give kids should all be about how to fix your houses and get the area back up to looking good. It looks like it's going to take years for it to be recovered, and if this happens again next year, there's probably going to be a lot of people moving out. So I'm trying to think about the future, and I'm trying to be more positive. But yeah, I think right now, America, in that side, in Florida definitely, particularly, and all the other places, that they need reassurance that the government is doing stuff, and therefore, if the government is doing stuff, you need to film it, you need to put it on video, you need to say this is what we're doing. If there are lots of rumours going around, you need to put a stop to it. I've heard Jaguar White went on that Piers Morgan interview and just mouthed off a bunch of shit about Jay-Z and Beyonce. I mean, to me, I listen to Jaguar White and I say this is obviously just a shit stirrer. I don't know if she's lying, if she's being paid to do this, because it seems almost like a joke, almost like someone doesn't talk like this. Someone isn't going to just start making all these allegations and say that they're demons and way worse and doing all this. Someone isn't just going to make up all this shit. But she is doing this, and Jay-Z and I've tried to put a stop to it by saying we're going to sue you if you don't take it down, which is fine. But this is the sort of thing that I don't understand. Like, why didn't he didn't do this? When all these allegations and rumors were spread around, if people are saying that because there's a video footage of him hitting Cassie. Quite fast, horribly, yes. But they're saying because you've seen this, he now therefore must be guilty of any crime that's ever committed, which is just ridiculous. To think that hitting a girlfriend is the same thing as drugging and raping, lots of different people on one night stands. These are two completely separate crimes. A lot of people, if you're dating someone, you feel like you have a sort of right or control over them. And therefore, just because you can hit a girlfriend, that doesn't mean you're capable of doing this to strangers or people you barely even know anything about. And the public don't see it as being two separate crimes. They see it as all the same thing. And I think when rumours like this start, if you're smart, you really need to start putting your case forward. Maybe he wouldn't be in a jail cell if I don't know why, but if he would have. As soon as the case is about lots of this happening, he should have put his case forward. As for this girl, this is what happened. This did not happen. We did, if he would have given a description of the truth or his side of the story. I just feel like I'm not hearing any side of the story. He's saying silent. All the singers and stuff are saying so. I don't know what's going on, but it's all silent. And if there's a lot of people saying that the government are doing nothing, I don't know why the government aren't even trying to put a stop to this rumour, and you've got the Prime Minister, the President coming forward and just sort of, this is all nonsense. He's almost like a ventriloquist. Like he's not talking strongly. He's not talking confidently. He's not gaining the trust of the people, and he's looking terrible. I supported. I'm a progressive, and I don't think there is a progressive party. There's a Democrat party and I think both the parties are going to die. But by having Biden as your leader, I think you're killing the Democratic Party, and you're giving more power to the Trump's party. But yeah, Trump's party is definitely, they're the more religious one. They're the ones that are more likely to spread shit. But at the same time, because they say it far more confidently. They're not on my side, but yeah, it's what is going on? The world is going mad. I think that's the conclusion. The world is going mad, and if rumors are being spread, you really need to work hard to prove that this isn't the truth. Make videos that prove that what they're saying is not the truth. One woman was like, we've asked for body bags and we're not getting it. I heard the details. She said she asked for 500 body bags and she only got 100, and they didn't give her the 500 body bags, and she was trying to use this as evidence that, that the FEMA were refusing to help, and that they didn't want water, they wanted body bags, and other people were taking that and saying that this is proof that there's hundreds and hundreds of people. No, it's not proof there's hundreds and hundreds of people. I mean, I think that they're right to not give her 500 body bags. Why? Because there's 3 feet worth of mud. If anyone has been caught under this flood, they're not going to be found. They're 3 feet under. They've already been buried, and they're not going to be found. And that's kind of the sad truth of it. And therefore, I don't think that woman is going to need 500 body bags. But people are stupid, and they don't care about the details on how accurate this woman really needed 500 body bags. They would just think she needed it. She obviously needed it for a reason. They'll take her side and then just start ignoring the facts of the fact that if people are buried under there, they ain't going to be coming up to the surface anytime soon. So she's not going to need that many, and they would ignore the facts and just and start spreading the rumors. And now there is rumors going around that America are causing these floods, and they're deliberately doing it. I mean, people are stupid and they'll believe whatever they want, but yeah, part of stopping rumors is proving that they're wrong. And if the government are not going to be proving that they're wrong, I don't think getting an elderly person to just mumble about how they're wrong, I don't think that's going to help the situation. That's just going to give them more reason to think that it is the truth. Why? Because they've got a person who looks like he has dementia, in their as their sort of commander. It's looking terrible. It really is looking terrible. Okay, let's find this stop button.